Welcome to this session, Emergent Literacy, that is EML1501. This session is on teaching practice. Remember, this module is a fully online module. Once more, I'm your lecturer, Mrs. P.S. Makhura. My contact details are 012-429-6582. My email address, emakoops@unisa.ac.za. In my introduction, remember in the previous session, I indicated that the module is all about having knowledge, skills, and techniques needed to teach emergent literacy in the foundation phase. Communication, as I indicated earlier on, you can contact me as your lecturer on the indicated numbers there, my email address as indicated, and also make sure that you join us on the MyUNISA discussion forums or blog activities that are scheduled. And most importantly, make sure that whenever you communicate with me or with the institution regarding challenges on your module, make sure that you include your module name, your name, and student number in the communication. Materials needed or required for this module: make sure that you have your tutorial letters 101, as it gives you a study outline. It also gives you information regarding your teaching practice activities. Your EML study guide is already uploaded on module. And I think for now, you already have your teaching practice portfolio. In the previous presentation, remember we had our first presentation on orientation to the module. Now, this presentation is our presentation 2, which is EML 1501, or Emergent Literacy Assessment Activities, that is linking theory and practice. The aim is to give you a short guidance on your teaching practice, as you are expected to start with your teaching practice very soon. Introduction and recap from the previous session. The previous session outlined how the module is structured. The session provided you with the entire layout of the Emergent Literacy module. Now, for this presentation, you will be taken through the teaching practice process. The outcomes of the module of this teaching practice module are as follows. The module structure is reflected through a set of outcomes. These outcomes will guide you in your observation and completion of the portfolio in preparation for assessment. After completing this module, you should be able to understand teaching and learning practices at foundation phase level, based upon meaningful connections to theories and observations. The learning outcomes referred to here are those you are expected to achieve, and the assessment criteria will guide you in achieving them. The specific outcomes: learners are able to observe, analyze, and interpret the planning and presentation of developmentally appropriate learning activities effectively. For the assessment criteria, this will be evident when the completed workbooks shows application of knowledge in order to analyze, interpret, and explain the planning and presentation of appropriate learning activities. Now, how do we link theory and teaching practice, which is now your TPF 2601? The link between theory and teaching practice will be as follows. Emergent reading. Environmental print videos provides clues for the decoding of words by always giving the context. For instance, a billboard advertising Vodacom will always have the picture of a cell phone, which provides clue to the word. This is according to Newman, Hood, and Ford 2013. They maintain that interaction with the environmental print is an important way for the children to build experience of the importance of print. Now, we always emphasize that let our classrooms be print rich. Just make sure that on your walls, you observe, are the walls print rich so that learners are able to read incidentally as they are taught in the foundation phase class. Activities that promote emergent reading include storytelling and story reading. Have children participated in a variety of activities, include shared reading and independent reading. That's you as a teacher, a student teacher, make sure that you engage your children to participate in a variety of activities. Storytelling and shared reading are the most important activities. Creating a print-rich environment. Label different areas in the learning center, such as where the blocks are and fantasy area. Label pictures in the classroom so that learners read incidentally by associating the words with the pictures. Still linking theory into to practice. Now, let us look at emergent writing. With regards to emergent writing, it is an indication that young children begin to understand that writing is a form of communication and that their marks on paper convey a message. This is according to Lonigan, P. and Kim, 2011. Activities that promote emergent writing include the development of gross and fine motor skills. Have children participate in a variety of activities to help them to manipulate their bodies. For instance, spatial awareness will help children to position themselves correctly at their desks in order to write properly. Participation in activities such as cutting and pasting, tying shoelaces, or threading beads develops fine motor skills, which is closely linked to writing ability. Now, as a student teacher, make sure that you observe whether children are able to participate in the indicated activities, and make sure that you also make provision for them to engage in the indicated activities. The next one is eye-hand coordination. Make sure that children participate in activities that include inserting pegs into a pegboard and painting, as this helps to develop their eye-hand coordination. Now, as a student teacher doing your teaching practice, remember, in your module, you are going to complete assignments, which is assignment 1, as I indicated in the previous session, which is an MCQ type questions. Assignment 2, short essay type questions. Now, with regards to your teaching practice, you are expected to complete a portfolio. We call it a portfolio of evidence, where you combine activities, all the practical application activities with the theory that you have learned during the assignments sessions. Now, with this one, with teaching practice, you are expected to complete a portfolio as your evidence that you participated in the teaching practice process. Now, the outline of my presentation, it was aimed at equipping you as student teachers with the knowledge, skills, and techniques necessary for teaching emergent literacy in the foundation phase. You managed to discuss and provide definitions of emergent literacy, link theories, and play. Understanding the process of language acquisition, promoting emergent literacy, assessment in the foundation phase. Now, here you are going to link the theory and the teaching practice, meaning that you will be observing how learners engage in play as outlined in the different theories, how learners acquire or go through the process of language acquisition through the activities that the teacher provides them with, how emergent literacy is promoted, and how the learners are being assessed. Emergent reading is also one of the activities that you will be observing. Now, here you are supposed to create an environment that is conducive to the development of emergent reading by selecting relevant resources and media to enhance emergent reading. Remember, in class, you will find different corners or sites where learners engage in. Now, one of the most important corners is the reading corner, where learners engage in reading incidentally. Now, make sure that this corner or area has relevant resources that would promote reading to young learners. Emergent writing. Create an environment that is conducive to the development of emergent writing by designing activities that engage children in writing. This is usually done during the creative arts activities, where learners are engaged in writing, drawing, painting, cutting and pasting. Now, with regards to emergent writing, as they cut, they develop their skills to hold their pencils or pencil grip. Assessment. As a student teacher, you also have to check or observe how a variety of tools to assess preschool children are used. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. And I wish you all of the best during your teaching practice sessions. Make sure that you plan your activities on time, complete your portfolio, as well as submit on time so that you don't have challenges. Make sure that your portfolio is uploaded as instructed. Thank you.